Hey everybody, making a video today with some images that are going to shock you. At least they shocked me. Let me first start off by saying that this knife that's sitting in front of you right now, the Kershaw needs work on the G10, it's a discontinued model, is one of the best pocket knives I've ever had for the warehouse. Really thin blade. You might notice the tip is missing. That was one of my doofus buddies that did that. But it slices through cardboard, kills plastic, strapping, all of that, easy to sharpen. It's made out of the 14C28N, I think, and it's really awesome steel. I love it. I love the knife. I've been watching a lot of spine whack tests on YouTube, and I've never really been a big fan of folders other than this folder right here. But you know, more than half of the knives out there are folders, and I'm way into knives, and so for the collection I picked up a lot of folders, especially over the last year. But I'm watching these spine whack tests and I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, I can't believe that these knives with their liner locks and their frame locks and back locks and these different locks are failing this test. Well, surely my favorite knives aren't going to fail these tests, and this is what shocked me. Let me show you real quick. Here's my favorite knife. I've used this knife for over 3 years. We've been through 3 torsion bars. That's all it takes. Now keep in mind, this knife has never failed on me, closed and cut me. See that lockup? It's really damn good. You can't even... It does have a little movement. I wouldn't call it slop or play, really. A little bit up and down, a little bit side to side. Like I said, I've really put this knife through some work. And so what does this mean? What does this spine whack test mean? Here, I'll do it again. I haven't tampered with the knife at all. You can hear it lock and open. That's just a tap. I couldn't even believe it. Because like I said, I've never even accidentally spine whacked this knife. So what does it really mean? I mean, to me, all that it means is emergency defensive use, which I don't carry this knife for anyways. If someone tried to knock it out of your hand, buddy, they'd close that on your fingers, and you better kiss whatever fingers it touches goodbye, because it's going to slam close like a guillotine. Or, if you're in tight spaces and you're working, and let's say I'm in the warehouse and I smack one of the metal poles, it's kind of shaking my confidence in this folder, although I'm still going to use it at work. But I think I can even get it to do it with just my fingers. Yeah. Not even touching the lock. I can get it to fail. It's so shocking to me. Holy shit. I just couldn't believe it. So I thought, well, crap. You know, I've used it, it's got a little play. Maybe this is something to just expect from this knife. So I pulled out one of my other favorite knives. I just got this one too. Kershaw Piston. Wow, this knife is so awesome. Only G10. It's made out of the same 14C28, I believe. And man, I love this knife. Now this is one that perhaps, if I had nothing else, if I had no other recourse, emergency defensive use, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys think that, especially in places where you're restricted on blade length and types of objects that you can carry. Fixed blades are not allowed. I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be real easy. This one's going to pass the test so easy. But let's see what it takes. So that's all it took to knock out my needs work. Let's hit it a little harder now. Okay, that was just the weight of my hand dropping. I'm not abusing this knife. I'm not abusing this knife. That's it. Look at this lockup. Look at that lockup. It's a little early, but this knife is freaking rock solid. There is no movement. So it doesn't have to do with movement. What is making this spine wax shut this knife? If I use this in an emergency defensive situation and someone was to have another weapon or try to wrestle this away from me, this was slam closed on my fingers, and it's goodbye fingers. I just don't even know what to think about it. Okay. So here we go, and you can tell by now, maybe I'm a really big Kershaw fan, is why my feelings are probably so hurt. Here's my ZT350 Tiger Stripe. This one's made out of S30V. Check the lockup on that one. It's pretty early, but damn, this is a thick, thick liner lock. No way! that this one is going to close on me, right? So we'll start out with the needs work. That's all the needs work takes to close right there. Now let's do a little Kershaw Piston whack. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is supposed to be a hard use, beater, indestructible knife. I'm not saying anything bad about Kershaw. I love the company. I love the knives. I've never had one close on me. Spine whack? I don't do that usually. You use the cutting edge of the knife, right? And even when, like I said, when I'm in the warehouse or I'm out and about or I'm in the woods or doing anything, man, I've just never had to spine whack a knife. But it goes to show you right here why you wouldn't baton with a knife like this, why you wouldn't use that hard knife, why you wouldn't abuse knives. I don't hard use, I don't abuse, I have work knives, I make them work, and they do work for me. I've never had one of these close on my fingers, but it shocked me and I just wanted to share it with you. Watch me again. And this is not me beating the piss out of this knife. It just closes. There is no play in this knife. There is none. Up, down, side to side, nothing. What am I supposed to do about this, guys? So, here's one. Weak sauce again. Here's one. You already know for damn sure this ain't gonna fail. Cold Steel American Lawman, and you see I've beaten it. I've actually borderline abused this knife, and I've definitely hard used this knife. Just because it's marketed that way, though, really. So let's give it a little whack. Spine whack. Light. A little more medium. I dare not go any harder than that because this son of a bitch is so sharp. It's so sharp. But you see, look at the lockup on that. It's the triad lock. So I think the moral to the story is that I love Kershaw knives and I'm not slamming the brand. I can't say it enough. But if you're going to count on something, emergency use, and especially for those hundreds of thousands, I can't imagine, even probably millions of people who carry a pocket knife and think last-ditch resort self-defense, I hope that I would have this ready and rocking to go. There is nothing that you would want besides a fixed blade or the cold steel triad lock. And I'm telling you, because I have faith in these other knives, love these knives, and they fail this test. And if somebody smacked this thing and tried to smack it out of your hand, it would slam closed on your fingers. Goodbye fingers, possibly goodbye fight, maybe even goodbye life. Maybe a little dramatic for just such a little test, but wow, talk about shaking. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Grinder McGee, peace out.